Beach day. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Being on I-10 from Tallahassee to Pensacola, being on I-10 for more than 3 hours. I gained an hour going from Eastern time to Central time, but no tour on Mondays. My oops. I looked at my spreadsheet and wondered why. Then I looked at their website and found my error. It was my calculation of the day to arrive. I already booked my next two hotels, including a hotel in Panama City for the night. So off to see parks and beaches as we head down Panama City Beach. Navy Point Park had no lighthouses but beautiful views. It reminded me of the intracoastal between Fort Lauderdale and Hollywood, with the beautiful homes and their docks with boats, kayaks, and paddleboards. Then we drove along Florida's west coast from Pensacola on US 98 and its detours, viewing Fort Walton Beach, Destin, and many others in between, to Panama City Beach for the night. With less urban light pollution, I hope to see the Jupiter Saturn conjunction. Day three was an unintentional beach day. The original plan was to drive from Tallahassee over to Pensacola to see the lighthouse and then drive along the coast and check out the beaches and some of the parks on the way to Panama City. This alone was a 3 hour drive. So, I wasn't sure how long would be here, how long the wait would be, hence why I plan on stopping in Panama City Beach. But plans do change because somebody forgot to look at the website properly for the opening days. Now, driving along I-10, a lot of greenery. Also, you get to see the changing leaves. Like you could see some with the red in there, some with the yellow. I mean, it's a complete different foliage from South Florida, North Florida is. Again, one of those little bridges going across the way. And then here I am. Well, I did go to the visitor's place and just took a picture by the Blue Angels. So yes, the Pensacola Lighthouse is on a naval base. If the lighthouse isn't open, like on a Monday, I mean, what else to do unless you're gonna spend the night in Pensacola and go see it on a Tuesday? But those were the hours on the website, and I totally missed it. So hey, there I am in front of the Blue Angels by the you know, visitor center. Other ways to see the lighthouse? Yeah, sure. You could charter a boat and, go out on the water and see it from there, but that wasn't in the budget for this trip. So, what to do? Parks. This is Navy Point Park. And it's still in Pensacola. And you can see the bridge. It has a little water. I think that's a little lagoon, they call it. And the view from the bridge near this park, ah, magnificent. No lighthouses, but beautiful nonetheless. See, that's the park I was at, Navy Point. They had a lot of docks. The houses were, and you could see it. I stood on the bridge and I, got a nice little view of both sides of the road. And you could see houses, with their docks, with their boats. I think I even saw some kayaks, some canoes. It just really reminded me a little bit of the intracoastal, between Fort Lauderdale and Hollywood because I'd taken a water taxi with a friend and we went and it was just amazing. Some of these houses were a little bit smaller. So I guess Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale probably couldn't afford a house on the intracoastal, but who knows? I don't know. Maybe it's just as expensive. There it is. Another view. And this is a view from the park looking at, the bridge ahead. This is a view of that same park looking at some of the docks and some of the houses in the back. And I think that's a church in the background right there. And now this is a view from the bridge looking at the park. It had a lot of trails. I mean, I was more interested in walking on the bridge and then taking a picture of the trails than walking the trails. Ah, yes, construction. This is on our way from Pensacola now, headed towards Panama City Beach using I-28. Of course, they had to make us detour. We had to get off the US 98, go on some side road, but then we ended up back on the US 98. You can see the water over here. This road runs along the coast. Ooh, someone hit the sign. I'm not driving. I'm just a passenger, so I can take this picture. Now, if you look beyond the houses, you can see the water, but still, someone hit the sign. Now, this is a place to be. I mean, check out this park. I mean, you can see the water in the background, the trees. It was just gorge. That's my new word, gorge. Not gorgeous, gorge. And I like the houses are, well, I don't know. These people are really living on the edge, You step out in your backyard and you can go right in the lagoon, because I think it's a lagoon. I don't think it's the Gulf of Mexico. So, but still a body of water. Yeah, there we're driving along and you can still see more of that wonderful water and houses. Houses right on the edge. Now, this is when I stopped in the park. Unfortunately, I think it was either Mackenzie Park, but I forgot to write it down. And as much as Google GPS tells me it's Mackenzie Park, I don't recall seeing the word when I walked in the park. But then, hey, this one, ooh, this dock. I wondered if it was from Hurricane Ada because that came late and it did affect the north of Florida. And I mean, it just has to go from the Gulf to that little strip of land to the intracoastal. You could have water surge causing that kind of damage. But there were quite a few of them like this. Yeah. Now the sun. The sun, I'm going to use the word gorgeous. Okay, I'm a little bit older, so I guess I should use gorgeous. Fine white sun. I mean, the picture don't really do it justice. But, I mean, this highway, well, yeah, I'm still at the park here. I'm not at the highway yet. But if you see the sun, it was nice and fine. And I don't know, you don't get the sun on the East Coast, down by us. It's a little bit more brown. But this highway, I mean, it runs along on this little isle or islet or key, whatever you want to call it. And you had the dunes over here. This is all sand. And, these dunes are protected because they're for the turtles. And this is that US 98. So, yeah, there we are, the open road. We had the Gulf on one side, the lagoon on the other, and then you can see water on both sides. Yep, you can see the water. Well, you can't see the water really on the other side. You just see the dunes. But trust me, the water was there. Here we're crossing the bridge, so I'm back to the right side looking at it. You can see the water. Another bridge, because it was several islets that were connected by a bridge. Islets, isles, keys, whatever you want to call them. And of course, at night, we're supposed to get this big conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn. Well, the only thing I could find is the moon. Even though there was no urban pollution and it was dark enough out, I couldn't see anything. I mean, I used my phone, I magnified the phone, and the only thing I could capture was the moon. So beach day, the conjunction, and the moon, that was day 3.